Welcome to Moving Diaries episode 3. We are going to be organizing the bookshelves. This is a little bit of a daunting task, but I think I'm ready for it. Basically, the bookshelves behind me that I'm blocking, those are my sisters, so we are not going to be touching those. These two are mine, and then I also have one in my room. All I've done so far is just literally take my books out of the boxes and put them on the shelves. So they're not in any sort of like arrangement, literally series. I don't even think they're next to each other. Like it's just thrown on there. I just needed to get like the boxes out of the way. So that's what's going on with that. Honestly, organizing a bookshelf always seems like, oh, it's gonna be so fun and like cozy and it's gonna look so cute. It's actually usually a pretty like grueling experience. It's a lot of heavy lifting, ups and downs of books and like putting books on the shelves and taking them off and moving things and kind of frustrating, but it is satisfying if you can get it right. I'm excited. It is hard to figure out where to start, but I think I know what I'm going to do. My plan is to start with the bookshelf in my room because that's going to be more like my special editions, some of my favorites. So I think it'll be a lot easier for me to just take my favorites, my special editions off these shelves, take it to my room and kind of get that bookshelf set up, and then everything else was kind of just fit out here somewhere. As you can see, like there's still books just randomly thrown on my bookshelf. I have a box, like you can't see, but it's down there, that has books in it. So it's a little chaotic. I'm definitely not gonna finish either today. Like I have about an hour. Just thought I would get started, at least kind of get it a little bit organized, and then finish over the course of a couple days, just because it is a big project. It just is. It doesn't seem like it is, but it is. So let's just start by taking my special editions and my favorites off of the shelves, and then I'll bring it to my room and I can show you the cute little bookshelf in my room. Okay, here we go. I need to take off like the trinkets and just move them. I'm just gonna put them on the chair over here because they just gotta get out of the way. Okay, now to grab special editions. I honestly don't know how much is gonna fit on the bookshelf in my room because it's pretty small. It's like an IKEA Billy bookshelf. So I'm just gonna grab what I can and we'll just see what fits. For right now. I definitely have some favorites that I didn't grab. I think I'll save those for the end. There's also still books in my room. So let's just start with the stacks I have here and I'll take them over and we'll figure it out. Okay, here are all of the pretty books. Disclaimer, my room is not fully like cute yet, which is why my mirror's on the floor and there's no plant in that plant stand. It's a work in progress. Okay, but now I have to grab all of the books on this bookshelf that I would consider to be like my special editions, and see what we're keeping in here and see what's going out. That's all. So everything else on this I just gotta take off and put in the other room. I will come back once that's done. Okay, now that everything's cleaned off besides my Throne of Glass books, because I don't know where I'm gonna put them yet, I know they're out of order, just ignore it. I'm just gonna throw everything on the shelves and just see how much room I actually have, because I do have some favorite like book series that aren't in here, so I just want to see if I have room for them or not. Actually fits pretty well. I didn't put anything on the bottom shelf because I don't know what I'm want to do with the bottom shelf? The bottom shelf is just for books that you don't care that much about, and so I don't know what to do. Maybe I'll put a basket down here and put something in it. I don't know. Okay, you can't see the bottom shelf because like I said, there's nothing on it, so who really cares? Oh, now the hard part. I might put my Throne of Glass books actually out there because I also have them in hardback, and I feel like I want the hardback ones in my room. So I think I'll probably put these out there. I'm just going to leave one of these shelves just fully open for my Throne of Glass books. Let's just try a couple things and see what happens. We put authors together. Leave it like that for now. I don't feel like I like it very much. Picture my Throne of Glass hardbacks on that shelf there. I really want to display something on this shelf. Look how bloated it is. Anyways, ignore. I really want to display something on this shelf, but I can't really fit anything to display. I'll come back to it later. Welcome to the floor. It's actually been a couple days. I was gone this weekend, so I didn't work on anything with my bookshelves. They look worse somehow than before. Thankfully, this chair is kind of blocking like all the books that are just stacked up. I don't want to think about it. I'm feeling overwhelmed by doing my bookshelves. Let's just throw that out there. But I am determined to get some stuff done today because I have people coming over this weekend, and so I would like the bookshelves to be like, you know, a little bit ready, like some semblance of organized. And the other thing is my dad hung up my shelves in my bedroom, and so I want to decorate those. I think I'm done with the white bookshelf in my room. I want to tweak it a little bit, but I don't really know how right now, so I think I'll worry about that later. And I do have 2 shelves in my room I could put some books on, but I think the plan is to just take everything off the bookshelves, the ones out here, and make piles on the floor of, you know, just different genres and have it organized that way. I don't know how I want them to be on the shelves yet, so I'm gonna have to figure that out. But I think if I just get everything off the shelves and, you know, organize them a little bit, I think that'll help my brain. And then I can at least just start putting things up, and then I can always, you know, take them down, rearrange. I'm sure I'll do that a lot. That way it's not just all hodgepodge like it is right now. So I think that's the plan. This bookshelf is overflowing. I don't understand how all my books fit at one point. I don't get it. So we're just gonna try a few things and see what happens. Yeah, let's just start. I don't want to start, but like, I'm gonna need to move this chair too. This has to be the most awkward chair to move by myself. This is gonna be embarrassing. Holy cow, this thing is so heavy. Oh, move, Jojo. Whatever. Good enough. Okay, let's start taking the books off the shelves. Wish me luck. Oh my gosh. This is just crazy. Oh my goodness. This is too crazy because what? I've got them mostly organized, I think. Take the organization with a grain of salt because I don't know. Basically right here I have classics. I have children's books here. I've got dystopian there. I've got thriller, mystery, these 3. Those 2 piles there. You can't really see our dark academia. Holy cow. All of this is fantasy. This is like literary fiction / like memoir, stuff like that. The corner and then these 2 are like sci-fi, that and that. I left my romance books on the shelf because they fit. And I didn't feel like taking them down. So that's where we're at. I think I'm just gonna put things on the shelves and organize that part as I go. This is intense. This is like, girl, why do you have so many books? I'm like exhausted from taking all these off the shelves. Like that was, I don't know why I feel so wiped. I'm so tired. Okay, here's the thought process. I'm thinking my children's books on this half, on this shelf here. So maybe I'll start from the bottom and work my way up. And then I could do, see, I would think I would want to do thrillers on top because I feel like that'd be a good space filler, but children's and thrillers don't really go well together. And then I'll start doing fantasy and thrillers. And oh, you know what? I could do, okay, game plan, romance on the top. Because that'll fit one shelf and I actually have more space. Valuable real estate though, I'll need that space for something. I just don't know what. Because of like the color schemes of things, I'm gonna put my children's books starting on the bottom shelf of this shelf and work my way up. After children's, I will put my classics because I think some of those are intermixed a little bit. And then if I have more room, I might put on like literary fiction. We'll see. Let's just start and see how it goes. So this is what we're working with. I'm just gonna put my fantasy books on this other shelf and we will just call it good. I'm still gonna organize them as I put them on, but like, I'm feeling kind of maxed out by this. And break. Okay, let me give just a quick update on where things are at. As you can see, most of my books are off the floor now, which is fantastic, amazing. My bookshelf, though, I'm not loving. It's looking a little crazy. It's not really looking how I want it to look. I don't know what to do about it. Like, I'm running out of shelf space, and I feel like certain things don't go together that great. I don't know. I honestly think I might be done for today. Like, I have like 5 books on the floor. I might just pick those up and put them somewhere, and then come back and look at this tomorrow or something, because I'm kind of at a loss what to do. I feel like I need fresh eyes, you know? Oh my gosh. I have a stack of Throne of Glass books in my room. That's terrible. I'll check back in tomorrow. We gotta take a break from this. Okay, it's been a couple days. Updates have been made. I'm definitely not done with the bookshelves, but I've done some things. So that shelf is empty. I'll show you in a minute. I moved my Throne of Glass books out here. Where are they? Right there. I moved them out here. I don't know where they're going yet. But I have this whole empty shelf now, which is great. So I'm gonna like do some rearranging. But that was my classics shelf. And so I moved them to my room. So let me show you. Okay, so don't look at my dresser. It's not, I'm just going like this. Don't look at that. It's not cute. I just have stuff thrown on it. Also, there's a ladder in my room. Ignore. These are my shelves. Pretty cute, I think. I was able to fit all my classics on there because I don't have that many, so it worked out really well. We'll see if I make changes because it's definitely not set in stone. I didn't like it at first, and then I just like, whatever, I'm going to bed. And then when I woke up in the morning, I was like, no, I like it. So things might get added, things will change, I'm sure. But for right now, that's where my classics went. Okay, so coming back out here, here is my plan. Now I did get some books for my birthday, and so I had to like figure out where those are going. But I'm not totally sure what my plan is. I know that I want these two, 1, 2, I guess 4. I know that I want these 4 shelves to be really like my favorites because they're more at eye level, at least for me. And so I want them to have like my favorite books on them. So when I look at my shelves, I felt really happy. Okay, so I've sort of accomplished that goal on this shelf. Like I have the Folk of the Air. I have my 2, like my 6 of Crows that I annotated and my Crooked Kingdom that I'm currently rereading and annotating. I have those here. I have my fun copy of 6 of Crows. I have Renegades, Prison Healer, and then all the Aaron Craig books that aren't in my room, except I had to fit Small Favors somewhere because I thought I was going to put it on the shelf in my room and I changed my mind. So I got to find a spot for that. But it mostly works. And then this shelf was my last shelf I did, so I kind of just threw stuff on it. Not that I don't love some of these books, but I don't feel like they're really should be on my favorite shelf. So I'll redo this. And then this side is just kind of crazy. I don't actually know what to do with it. This is where I'm perplexed. I think I'll move, like these won't be here. Neither will this. Okay, now that we can see better. I haven't read most of these though, so I don't really feel anything when I look at them, so I want to move them down a shelf. I will say this shelf, like here, this way, I do like. But then this half, I'm like, I don't care that much. It's like more my dark academia. It is dark academia. And I've only read a few of them. So I'm like, I don't know. Maybe I'll move my dark academia down and mix it with this shelf. And then I'll put these ones here, and I could put my V.E. Schwab next to them because I have enough. I could do that. And then maybe this shelf could be what? I don't know. My Throne of Glass needs like its own shelf. Here's the thing, it doesn't. My Throne of Glass books are getting their own shelf in my room, and so they really don't need their own shelf out here. I feel like I have a lot more space to play with. I'm really happy I moved my classics. I feel like I just have way more space. So let's just start moving things and we'll see what happens. So what I might do is I might take some of the books on this shelf and take them to my room. I have a copy of Fahrenheit 451 already in there, but I might just take Fahrenheit, maybe The Westing Game, Where the Red Fern Grows, I guess. Same with To Kill a Mockingbird. Okay, but what did that do? Ooh, you have more room on this shelf. I didn't need more room on this shelf. Actually, on the other end here, I have like the Midnight Library, so I don't know what to do with it. So maybe I'll just put a couple, and this cool, Inception, the shooting script. This is really cool that I have this. Like, anyways, this is in the book tour. I'm just gonna put some books here that I feel like I want to put there. Books from this shelf, question mark? Boy, life is so hard sometimes. Okay, what was the point of that? Literally, what's the space for? Okay, I have an idea. I'm gonna move some of my Dark Academia books to my bedroom. Like, things that I feel like would match the color scheme of like the books I have. So I have Secret History and the Atlas 6. I think I can move If We Were Villains. The Goldfinch could also go. Might be too big though. Honestly, the book, it's really tall, and so it might just look like, why is it in there? We'll see. That could go there. Honestly, it kind of matches this vibe, and it matches the V.E. Schwab vibe if I move everything. Okay. Things are coming together. Ooh, okay. Thing is, should I check to make sure these will look good on my shelf in my room first? Because what if it looks terrible and then I get this all nice? Okay, I agree with myself. Okay. This is a lot of books to add to these shelves in my room, so we'll see if I do it or not. Ooh, this is a lot of stuff. I don't like it. Put it back. I want it how it was before. I don't like what I just did. Okay. Reverse. I think that looks good. Honestly, the color scheme of the Goldfinch would definitely look better down here on this shelf. Oh well. Back to the book room. Okay, I feel like this helped a lot. So I'm gonna move these ones down, and then I'm gonna move my V.E. Schwab, and you'll see. Oh my gosh, it's coming together. Okay, the issue I'm running into now is I have too much space. What a great issue to have. I have so much space. I have this whole shelf. Look at it. Half of it's empty. That's insane. I think the hard thing is all of my really pretty, like, favorite books are in my room. I did that on purpose. And so now it's like, okay, what would be considered my favorites that would go on these two shelves here? Whoa. I had to move the shelf down to make the Throne of Glass fit. And that really messed this up, apparently. Oh well. If we just focus on these two, this is the one I feel good about. And then, honestly, I could turn this out if I wanted. I'm going to be so honest. Look, this is I think it's the LitJoy 6 of Crows. Oh my gosh, it was so expensive. How'd you get it? It's just the dust jacket. I think someone was selling this one and the Crooked Kingdom one, which I have. It's just, I don't have a book for it right now. For like $8 or something, like super cheap. And so I bought it. And this, I mean, this is Six of Crows, this book, but it's just a basic copy. And then what I did, because I'm so smart, is I put tinfoil on the inside of this book, because this is like a cutout thing. And I just put tinfoil. And you can't even tell. I'm a genius, I know. I have this, so I could turn this out if I wanted to. Kind of want to. I can move my Renegades up. Ooh, I'm so smart. Okay, I can move these up. This here, and it's kind of a lot of space, that's fine. And then it also makes more sense that these would be turned in. I mean, these would be turned in, out, what? They're facing the wrong way. What I was saying with this shelf, minus the Renegades, I haven't read a lot of these, and I wouldn't consider them my favorites. I've only read Skyward, Skyward Flight, and then Cinder and Cress. Cinder and Cress I'm going to move because I don't care about this series that much. And so I'm going to move these down to like this shelf or something. This one that you can't see. And then I haven't read these. I'm like, why is it on my favorite shelf? I don't have that many favorites because they're all in my room. Poor planning, but also that's what I wanted to do. Whatever. I'm just going to leave it like that for now. Obviously, I'm going to buy more books eventually, so I'll just leave it like that. Something about this shelf to me looks really terrible. Maybe that looks better? I don't know. Oh my gosh. My book nook. Why did nobody remind me? Look how cute. I turned the light on. Ooh. Oh. There you go. So flipping cute. This should go with my mysteries. I could put it here. No, I didn't. I could dream about putting it there. It makes sense on this shelf, so I should put it on this shelf. But I gotta move in some things up here. I'm gonna be done for this moment. I'm not gonna give the whole tour though, because I have a feeling I'll move things in a couple days. But for right now, I'm gonna say I'm done. Okay, so it's been like 2 weeks, not gonna lie. But I think my bookshelves are organized. Now my trinkets on the shelves are a bit of another story. I don't feel like I know exactly where I want them to go yet, so ignore that part. But yeah, without further ado, let's do a quick little bookshelf tour and I'll show you kind of how I organized it. I mean, you saw a lot in the video, but this will be more like a tour. I'll go fast. Okay, I'm just gonna be kind of at the bottom of the screen, but for the top 2 bookshelves, this is fantasy. So I like my fantasy books that I don't necessarily have a lot of attachment to, so they're just up here. The second shelf is also mostly fantasy. There is a little bit of sci-fi mixed in, but it's fine because Brandon Sanderson has to go with Brandon Sanderson. I can't mix it, you know? Okay, moving down my 2 middle shelves. This shelf here is like my favorite shelf, at least the ones that aren't in my room. So I have the Folk of the Air series here. I have Prison Healer. I have my fun special edition of Six of Crows. And then I have my 2 annotated versions of Six of Crows. And then I have my Aaron Craig, the stuff that isn't in my room, so that's there. This shelf is just fantasy mostly. I have Inheritance Games here. I didn't really have another spot for it, so it's just randomly here, but that's fine. The bottom 2 shelves are kind of hodgepodge. This one here is mostly fantasy, but it's mostly fantasy that I have not read, or I read it and I don't care about it. And then the bottom shelf is books that I, again, sorry, don't really care about, or it's dystopian. So like, I really like the Hunger Games series, that's down here because it's dystopian. And then I do like the Shatter Me series, and that's down here because it's dystopian. A lot of this I haven't read though. Okay, moving to the other bookshelf. It's kind of dark because the chair is blocking the light, but I'm too lazy to move it, so it is what it is. The bottom 2 shelves of the other bookshelf. This is like all children's, both of these shelves. We have the Tintin books, children's books, more children's books. These are not children's though. These are like mystery, but they're here, so. Okay, my next 2 shelves are like my mysteries and thrillers. So we also have Dark Academia here. And then these are all of my mysteries and thrillers here. And then this shelf, this half is mysteries and thrillers. This just fits here nicely. I have my cute little book nook here. Ooh, and it's like a detective's office, so it's kind of cute it goes. And then these are my V.E. Schwab behind my little stuffed animals here. It's a bit of a weird angle, but here's my top 2 shelves. Here we have some more of my favorites. So I have Renegades,
I have Caraval. I haven't read, just on air. I have Study and Drowning duology, and I have my Throne of Glass. And at the top, this is all romance or like general fiction memoirs. So romance goes to here, and then I have memoirs and then like general fiction. This little bookshelf is actually not mine, but I didn't have a place for these books, so I want to get like a small bookshelf for them. But for now, I'm going to use this one because it's pretty empty. But this is like my nonfiction, not counting like memoirs. And so I have my Christian books here, and then I have some business books on the other side, and then I have a couple up here that just didn't fit. But yeah, now we can go to my room. Okay, so then this is my favorites bookshelf. These are all like my favorite books, kind of self-explanatory. So I have my special editions of The Prison Healer. I have Six of Crows and Crooked Kingdom. I have my Aaron Craig, and then over here I have my Rachel Gillig. And then this is my French edition of One Dark Window. Here I just have my hardbacks of Throne of Glass. I did pre-order some really cool dust jackets. So those are coming like in a couple weeks. So right now it's just like this, but once I have the dust jackets, I will like kind of display them. It'll be really cute. And then there's nothing on the bottom shelf. And then these two shelves, continuing my favorites, I have, this whole shelf is just the Folk of the Air. So I have my Barnes & Noble editions, I have my ARC, my Collector's Edition, I have my LitJoy edition, and then I have my Fairy Loot and my Illumicrate editions of Stolen Air and Prisoner's Throne. Down here I have my UK editions of Divine Rivals. I have my Once Upon a Broken Heart, both sets. I have my special editions of Gallant, special edition of Addie LaRue, and then my special edition of A Study in Drowning. Okay, and then last but not least, my shelves. It's mostly just classics up here. I do have some other random things. Like I have some Japanese translated books, and I have some books that I feel are classic to me, like A Wrinkle in Time. I don't really know if that's an actual classic. I also have like my Donna Tarts up there and like the Atlas 6. It's kind of just whatever fits, so I won't give an in-depth tour of that, but I think it turned out pretty cute. Anyways, that was my bookshelf organization video. I hope you enjoyed it. It did take me a couple weeks to fully finish, but that was obviously with working on it and stopping and coming back and like whatever. I feel pretty happy with how they turned out. Some things I'm a little bit like I don't know on, but for right now, I love it. Looks great. I will probably make adjustments as time goes on, just as one does. But yeah, thanks so much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye!